Back in March, when the world was a different place, I predicted that the Netherlands would win the women's 4x400 metre relay gold at the World Championships in Budapest. And it's fair to say the prediction didn't please everybody. I was accused of inserting this for the sake of clickbait, to make some kind of impression, to make my fledgling YouTube channel stand out in some way. I will say that it was my genuine prediction that this would happen. It was probably my most outlandish one.
Here, Femke Bol driving to close down on Nicole Yergin. She's going to move into the silver. Is she going to take it on the line? Oh yes! Oh yes! Can you believe it?
And I've got to say, there was absolutely no humility when I was right. It was fantastic. I mean, as much as I wanted Britain to win the gold medal in that event, when Femke Bol came through, I felt like honouring another Dutch legend, Ruud van Nistelrooy, with a kind of in-your-face celebration. It's a shame that the rest of my predictions didn't go so well. Okay, so back in March, this is what I predicted. I said there would be a new men's 100 metre world champion, and I wanted to kind of specify it would just be someone else who's not won a major title before. Back at that time, we were all saying it was going to be between Marcel Jacobs and Fred Kerley. In the end, neither of those guys or Christian Coleman won. However, my second prediction was that Trayvon Bromell would win said title, and obviously that was wrong. Bromell, as far as I can tell, didn't make the American team, so yeah, that wasn't such a great prediction. A new world record would be set in the men's 1500 metres. No, again, wrong, but we were close. And Jakob Ingebrigtsen did break the 2000 metre world record, but you know my feelings towards strange distances being considered to be world records. I'm not such a fan, and it wasn't a 1500 metre record, so yeah, again, not correct on this occasion. Lemeke Germer to break the 3000 metre steeplechase record. Yeah, I called it. That was one I did get correct. Although another independent prediction was for that record to be broken at the Doha Diamond League. No, that didn't not happen. It's just that the 3000 metre steeplechase wasn't run. Usually that event is always at the Doha Diamond League, but this year it wasn't. But they did run a 3000 metre flat race, which Germer won, but it wasn't over the barriers. It wasn't a world record, so I guess that very specific prediction was not correct. The next two, I think, were probably the predictions I was most certain about, and they did come true, which was a new shot put record, and thanks to Mr. Krauser, that did happen again this year, and that Armand Duplantis would break the pole vault world record. And to be honest, he kept me hanging a bit here. I thought until I thought for most of the year it wasn't actually going to happen, but he did come through for me. In the final Diamond League meeting of the year, we got a new world record in the men's pole vault. So thank you, Mondo Duplantis. Jacob Kiplimo to do the double and win the 5,000 metre and 10,000 metre world titles on the track. Yeah, I couldn't really have been further wrong on this one. Kiplimo wasn't there. Kiplimo had just won the World Cross Country Championships when I made this video back in March. And he looked sublime, he looked like he was unbeatable, but unfortunately this time he didn't come through. And he, well, not only didn't come through, he actually wasn't there at all. He had an injury, unfortunately. So it's a shame. I feel like Kiplimo could definitely have been in the running, and I think would probably have done it had he been fit, but unfortunately it didn't go to him. It went to his Ugandan teammate Josh Cheptegei in the 10,000 metres, and it went to Jakob Ingebrigtsen in the 5,000 metres. But maybe next year for Jacob Kiplimo, I wish him well with his recovery. Yulimar Rojas to win the long jump and triple jump titles. Yeah, I got this one obviously wrong. I was expecting her to really come through and be a doubling up athlete this year. I was expecting her to have a go at both horizontal jumps, and she did give the triple jump a good go. She won the gold, obviously, at the World Championships in that, although kind of only just. I think it was the final round she actually came through and won. But she didn't actually take part in the long jump event, so I got that prediction wrong, unfortunately. I think it is something, though, she could do in the future. Obviously, she's one of the greatest athletes of this generation, and I still have hopes for her continuing her dominance in the triple jump and adding the long jump to her prowess too. So the next one I got partially right as well, which is Keely Hodgkinson would beat Athing Mu over 800 metres at the World Championships. She did, but I did predict this with the caveat that Keely Hodgkinson, in doing that, would become world champion. And as happened, neither of them won the world title. They were both beaten by Mary Mora of Kenya. So my prediction, I guess, was technically wrong. The next one, I'm going to give myself the point for, even though I wasn't actually 100% correct. The next one is that Femke Bol would beat Sydney McLaughlin to win the 400 metre hurdles title at the World Championships. Now, Femke Bol did win gold, but she didn't beat Sydney McLaughlin. McLaughlin was not there, so she won. Whether or not she would have beaten Sydney McLaughlin is to debate until the cows come home, as we say. But as the specific prediction was made, I think I can say that was right. Although I'm probably going to have people saying that I got that one wrong, so maybe I can just exempt that one. The Netherlands win the women's 4x400 metre relay world title. As I've already mentioned, I got this one right. Thank you, Femke, again. Mariano Garcia to win the men's 800 metre world title. Yeah, I got that one wrong. As I've mentioned in previous videos, I have nothing against Mariano Garcia, but I didn't really want to see him on the podium doing his motorbike celebration. That wouldn't have been a great moment for athletics. So while I got that one wrong, I'm not too disappointed, to be honest. I got 5 right and 7 wrong. So I guess a mixed bag. I can kind of see where I was coming from with some of those predictions, and I guess with some I wasn't too far out. But it's been interesting to kind of watch the season unfold and see how my predictions took shape, or in most cases did not take shape. Yeah, there we go. I hope you enjoyed my predictions and seeing me make a fool of myself and also in some places predict the future. As I've been saying, I'm actually kind of winding down this channel a bit, and I'll be doing about 10 more videos. I'm going to finish off in a few weeks where I announce my favourite ever athletics event. And it is not the women's 4x400 metre relay from the Budapest Championships, although that is now one of my favourites. I'll join you again next time when I'll have some video, or perhaps in a couple of weeks on a Wednesday. I'll see you then, hopefully.